Mr. Li Bingxi is an accomplished and experienced executive with a proven track record of increasing shareholder value and fostering cross-cultural, purpose-driven teams that significantly enhance end-to-end effectiveness and revenue. As a global leader who comprehends the importance of diversity, Mr. Li has successfully spearheaded businesses towards accelerated growth. With over 20 years of executive management leadership, he brings a wealth of experience to his role at LONGi Green Energy, the world's most valuable clean energy company and the largest renewable technology manufacturer. In his capacity, Mr. Li focuses on strategy and business development, overseeing critical functions including sales, marketing, product solutions, and customer service. His strategic vision and operational expertise drive business growth and expand market share for LONGi. Mr. Li is honored to lead the LONGi Americas team, dedicated to delivering the finest products and services to customers and consumers across the Americas region. His management principles guide with a startup mentality to embrace innovation and agility, with an owner's mindset to instill a sense of responsibility and ownership, and with a results-oriented work style to lead the team aligned towards clear collective goals for business success. With his leadership, LONGi remains at the forefront of innovation and sustainability in the clean energy sector. Please welcome Bingxi Li.
Yeah, good evening, and thank you for having me. It's my great pleasure to join this session. I want to give you a quick speech to talk about the ESG and energy transition. So I want to start with my presentation or my introduction with this page, this opening page. I believe this is a very, very strong message from the UN's Secretary General. So he said climate change is out of control. And so this is a very powerful message. So even before you see those data, I think we can learn this from our daily life. So our family, we lived in Dallas, Texas, and there was a very bad, very heavy hailing storm 2 years in a row. So last year, I think it's last year, July. So that's almost the month, I joined the renewable energy industry. So that was the hottest 3 weeks in history. So we will see what happened this July. But the past July last year, so we had the hottest 3 weeks in human beings' history. So now let's move to the energy section. So with that being said, now currently we have over 150 countries and region. That representing over 70% of our global energy landscape joined the initiative we call the carbon neutrality. And also my company, we added to this commitment with our regional headquarters in the most regions. And however, there's a challenge, we call it a triangle. I mean, so energy as a key, if you see the most right of this page, so we call it a triangle challenge. So energy security, environmental sustainability, and energy equity. And so to reach the goal, we need to figure out what's the best approach to solve this triangle challenge. And that's what we call a trilemma, And we all have the challenge to balance those three. And we have our answer to solve this challenge. Let me move to the next here. Okay. So to manage this challenge and turn the vision for carbon neutrality, so I believe our industry, we believe photovoltaic PV, so will play a very, very critical role in global energy transition. So we need to change the world's energy structure to make electricity become the main energy carrier. So with 51%. And photovoltaic, or we call it solar panel, solar module. So PV power needs account for nearly 50% of the future power system. So this 2050 installed PV capacity would increase 24 times of that of 2018. So that means we need a revolution, not just an evolution. Okay. So that's the role of photovoltaic technology, and also solar industry could play the role to manage the energy transition and solve the challenge of energy trilemma. So I want to give you a quick introduction about the technology, behind the solar panel, solar module. And so in the past, there is a concern, because to build a solar module, solar panel, in the past, the upstream supply chain is very, very energy consuming. However, with today's technology, we improve that a lot. From coarse mining, that's the very beginning to build a solar panel. So from coarse mining, so silicon material, to eventually the final product, solar module. So the direct energy consumption is only about 0.4 kilowatt hour watt. So that means, well, each watt of a solar panel could generate around 45 kilowatt hour over its full life cycle in 30 years. So from 0.4, to over 40, 45. So the ultimate energy yield of a photovoltaic solar panel is 100 times of its production consumption. So that's the reason, from our industry, we apply the green and the low carbon technology, transforming the energy consumed during production into more than 100-fold contribution to the global energy transition. So we want to make a solar panel a true, amplifier to green energy. So with that being said, that's what we did behind this energy transition about my company. So in terms of solar module shipment, so we are global #1, 3 years in a row, from 2020 to 2022. So 3 years in a row. And we contribute a lot to the global energy transition and also the renewable industry. And so by end of last year, per our capacity planning, so we had 190 gigawatts of wafer plant capacity. So what is a wafer? So wafer is an upstream material to build a cell, and from a cell you can get a solar panel. So globally, we had almost one third of a wafer capacity, almost 200 gigawatts. So that means anywhere in the US, so any place you see the solar module, solar panel, rooftop, or like a community solar or utility power station. So any solar panel you see that in the US, one out of three of those solar panels, they use my product. So they use my wafer to build the solar module. So this is our global presence, and of course we have a office in Dallas, Texas, and we build a technology showroom in our Dallas office. So we would love to host a local event, to invite a local school, local students, give them a tour to learn more about the renewable technology, renewable industry, and also all team up together, to understand the challenge behind of us, ahead of us, and how we can solve that. So that's our global presence. And the last thing I want to show you, so that's our factory in Ohio. So we built a local solar module factory in Ohio, and that's the largest solar module factory in the US. So with over 1.1 million square foot, and we will hire over 4,000 workers. So that's our contribution to the local community, and also our investment in the US. Help you learn more about the climate change, the challenge ahead of us. And everyone, we all can, contribute our efforts, regarding this energy transition. From an industry perspective, because we are in this, renewable energy industry, we are in the solar module, photovoltaic manufacturer side. So we are doing our part. So yeah, that's all I have. That's what I want to share for today. Yeah, thank you.